Welcome to Sparkrest Inspiration. Oh my goodness, this video almost never took place. I filmed in the park for you today and I just did a fun car read, but I filmed it with my screen the long way, so it was like only partial, and I'm very particular about that. Like, I like you guys to get the full beautiful screen, and I thought also new messages were trying to come through. I've had a very unique day, and I thought these cards were very, very in tune and on point with what had happened, like treasures hidden from the shadows. Today I learned a couple things, that I've also been studying about myself. I tried to pull into a gas station and somebody took up, the way they parked took up 2 pumps, and it was the only way to get in there, and it was very busy. So then I was like, I'll go to the other one, and it's a couple roads over. Same thing, people blocking, and I got so frustrated, and it was an old trigger of mine. I don't particularly love pumping gas or all this, and I got really, really mad, and I was like, I needed to release pressure, and I was just like, I just screamed really loud, what the hell is going on, like really, really loud in my car, because I was like a pressure cooker, because what was happening is I was having secondary emotions. I was having emotions about my emotions. And then I was feeling worse and worse, because what was happening, I was like, what is the impatience? It was the impatience to get gas, but I was by no means fighting the clock for anything. And then I recognized something. So it actually taught me a lesson that if I think I need to have something urgently and I can't have it, that I can become very impatient, and that I need to address that and really take a look at that, especially if I'm not going anywhere for any particular purpose at any time. I had hours to go anywhere I wanted to go. So I just kind of like pulled over, and I was like, you know what you need to do? You need to stop and like do some deep breathing exercises and realize this is a trigger of most times in the past where you've gotten in your car, that familiar feeling of racing to the school, picking up this, doing that, only having so much time. And you're reliving that. So you're not in your present awareness. You're in that subconscious race state with knee-jerk reaction. I have to hurry because I'm in a car. And I really love that, because I stopped and I took time to assess that, and then I realized what that treasure was that was hidden in the shadow, that it was an old behavior and it was an old pattern, and I needed to get rid of it, because that can be a stressor, right? If we think we have lack mentality of time, we behave much differently. We don't pay such great attention. We don't have as much grace and balance and things. Now, needing direction. This was another thing. I had a couple hours to kill. I had to go just do some different things and be at different things at different times. But I remember I wandered into the store, because the second gas station, I was like, forget it, I'm going on the highway. I ended up near a store, and I just started wandering around, and I thought, this is the impulsive part of the brain, the lower part of the brain, where we act out on impulse. We either spend, eat, we fill that void with something. We try to, get that dopamine in that rush by purchasing something. And I realized that's what I was doing, because I didn't need a damn thing anywhere. And I was like, but here was the cool thing. There had been something that I was looking for long term that I couldn't find, that I found right away when I walked into the store. And I had been looking for like a big, comfortable summer linen shirt, and I found the perfect shirt. And I thought, you know what, that's the thing, when you just ask the divine for help and you kind of glide and you slow down, you move into that. And I asked for direction because I knew I was needlessly wandering around, and I thought, oh, I don't want this to just be some like weird spending spree, because I'm trying to quash down the earlier anxiety or anger for, not feeling my initial feelings and not having everything register. And because of that, it was like I was then given direction. So ask, you guys, whenever you feel like there's something, you see, when we're overthinking, when we've got too much going on, when we're letting our thoughts control us, we need to go from this to this. And it is exactly what happened. And I even thought, I was like, what a kind of schizophrenic feeling I was having, of going from utter rage of people just being careless and driving crappy and not caring if anybody had space to get gas or any of that, to yelling, to utter peace and finding something I needed and feeling so much gratitude. And that was the hop from this to this. Erratic, I need this, I'm running out of time, lack mentality, overthinking everything. If I can't get gas, what's gonna, like ridiculous runaway freight thoughts. And then when we stop that and we replace it with this by, oh, how can I let in some divine energy and some peace and some calm, and then give myself the keys and tools to work with to kind of form an alliance with my best high vibrational self. I want to see, when I'm my best vibrational self, I see all the birds in the sky, I smell the flowers, I really hear the lyrics to the music I'm listening to. I feel good about fellow mankind. I initiate fun, crazy conversations with people, like I did when I got my inoculation before, and my secondary inoculation, and I couldn't remember that it was called, I still can't, Moderna, and I called it Madonna, and we all had a good laugh. And I was like, well, I am a material girl living in a material world, and we were just like laughing and having all these goofy moments that I got to have, like at the hospital, and being silly once I let go of all of the, I just call them emotional tantrums, because things pop into our ego. We believe them to be true. We think there's a lack mentality. We act out. We get, and that is when I'm at my absolute lowest vibration, is when I feel like I have a lack of time, because I'm racing, thinking, and I'm impatient with everything, and impatience doesn't bring anything good in. And once I said, okay, we have to address this, just pull over and see, you have all the time, why is this happening? And right then, it was kind of like the Emma Beautiful, name it to tame it. I was able to name it. I am going on a knee-jerk reaction of always being in my car and always having to be someplace at a certain time, and feeling that way even though it wasn't true now. So I could release that. And what a nice feeling that was. And that is a Hierophant moment. Hey, I have all the time in the world, all is well. Now I've identified that, I can release it. So that really, really helps. And that was definitely a discerning factor in the day, kind of like changing, and then having an open heart, an open mind, and being restful as opposed to being restless. And it really makes all the difference in the world. And this is one way I believe, and any people that I know that are constantly discussing, migraines and headaches, I feel like those tension headaches come from those things, those knee-jerk reactions and triggers where we think we don't have enough time, or we have to do more than we have to do. That's why I love, and I'm the biggest fan of writing things down, 1, 2, 3. The actual release and calmness, and just really relaxing as we check it off and realize we can let it go. Let's let it go. And we try to hold everything in our head and categorize and remember, it creates a tension, and I don't want that. So I'll write everything down. I don't care if I have a can of spray paint, I'll spray paint on my car so I can check that off. The little things that help us relieve that sense of too much, and it really, really helps in a big way. And that really came through today, and it's lessons in everything, and the Hierophant says that, and we'll have the key to really be able to cross those bridges beautifully and calmly when we arrive there, when we kind of grasp what is the real issue, and is it a secondary emotion? Are you having an emotion about your emotion, like shame because you just got so angry? And then what that compiles, right? So we identify, name it, tame it, and then we move on, and then expect good things. I love that sentence too. I'll say it out loud. I expect good things. I expect good cheer. I expect an easy path. And then those words reverberate, and then I see things different. And then I'm sure I'm awarded a Nobel Peace Prize for chilling myself the hell out, because I really did. I was like in categories. I'm like, how am I yelling 1 minute and then I'm laughing the next? It almost makes you feel like you're in a state of hysteria, but it's just like an autocorrect. Like I see what's happening here now. Let me fix this so I can be a more peaceful entity out in the world and be helpful to myself. And not incur the wrath of my crazy demons going all nuts while I'm trying to drive a car. That's why I believe accidents happen, because it's inattention due to being in another headspace, right? And that's why I feel like I don't get in car accidents, because when something is going awry like that, I will stop and I will correct my thinking or distraction to a point where I'm like, you need your focus to be on what is happening around you and not have this tumult. So seek peace, find it, and move on. And it was a really, really nice lesson within this shadow for the day. So you guys are the absolute best, and I am so tuckered out. Like I can't, I've been up since 5:30 and like working in these like different arenas throughout the day, but I feel like now it's time to just kind of like simmer down. And I want you guys to do that for yourself too. Leave work at your front door. Turn it off. It is so healthy. Close that tab, even if you need to write down a couple things that you didn't accomplish today, so you know you can close it out, check it off. You know, I finished my emails. Guess what? The workday's over. I don't have to go home and answer a bunch more emails. And if you work from home, listen, this is the time I close, 6 p.m. shop closed. I'm going to relax now and allow yourself that respite and quietude and relaxation, because you deserve it. So love and light, you guys. You're the absolute best. I'm going to go upload.